Hey everyone, I'm Amanda from Mandy Lynn Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. Today I have kind of a different video for you than I normally do. I am going to be doing pen reviews on the things that I have asked for Christmas. So I've asked for several different kinds of pens and markers, mainly like hand lettering, brush lettering type markers. So the first one I actually already have, and this is the Tombow dual brush pens, the Galaxy palette. These aren't my first Tombow brush pens. I actually do have 4 others. These I have all received in boho berry boxes. I haven't purchased any myself. They are very, very fun. They're kind of the standard when it comes to brush lettering. They are a lot of people's favorites. So I definitely wanted to get more of those in a wider color selection, but they aren't the cheapest, so I didn't just want to go out and buy a whole bunch. So I thought that it would be fun to get them out, to go ahead and swatch them in my new Hobonichi for the 2019 year, so I have those colors, and just play around a little bit with you. So let's go ahead and open it up. So this does come with 9 different colors and then a colorless blender, which we will play with more later. So one thing I really like about this set is that there are the 2 neutrals. So we have a black, this is the N25, and the gray N55. So I think that I'll get a lot of use out of this for things like drop shadows or just adding various, you know, extra little decorative things to either my lettering or just really anything in my planners. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with the Tombow dual brush pens, they do have a big fat brush marker tip and also a bullet tip here. So this is not flexible. So it is handy to have 2 different sizes. I will go ahead and show you what it looks like. This is just a piece of HP Premium Choice, I think it's called. It's 32 pound. It's very important that whenever you are doing anything with your brush markers that it's very smooth and high quality, because if you don't, the cheaper textured paper will dull your marker very, very quickly, and you'll have to replace them earlier. So make sure that you take note and buy nice paper for your practicing or even your projects and things. So I'm just gonna start here and kind of show you what this looks like. So here's a thin up, thick down. Okay, so one thing that I don't love about the Tombows is that it makes that annoying sound whenever you press down, but they do have a little bit of an ombre effect, so that's really fun. And then here's the bullet tip. Okay, and this was $4.43. So then I wanted to show you kind of how it compares to some of the other brush markers that I use. They all are different. So this is the Pentel Sign Touch pen. This is just in black, but it's much smaller. It doesn't get quite as fat. So this is actually the pen that I used to address Christmas cards. I did their name in brush lettering and then just put their address with my Tombow mono drawing pen. So I wouldn't have been able to use something like the Tombow because it's so much thicker. So this is perfect for little projects like that. Next we have a Kelly Creates brush marker. Now this is the small brush. So I'll show you what that looks like. It is very similar in size to the Pentel Touch. And then we have this Crayola, and this is just the red color. These are the dual tips. So like the Tombow, these just have a bullet tip at the end, but it's actually a different color. So it's a color that would look well with the brush side instead of it being the same color like on the Tombows. And this is a little bit bigger. And this has that annoying sound as well. And it's kind of in between. It's not quite as thick as these Tombows, but it is thicker than these two. So a good middle of the range option for you. All right, so I thought I would go ahead and swatch these in my new Hobonichi Cousin. This is my 2019. I do have a full setup video. If you haven't seen that, I will link it in the description. So we'll just flip to the last collection here. All right, so we have, this will be January 23rd. I'm just gonna start kind of in rainbow order here, and I did get the color names off of the Tombow website, so I will be adding those in as well. Let's see, which color should I use as a header here? Let's go with the blues. I think what I'm gonna try and do is blend them, do kind of an ombre. So I'm gonna start with this turquoise, and I'm just gonna put Tombow. Oh. So it does not make that obnoxious sound in this Hobonichi, so that makes me very, very happy. It is hard to control though, because I don't want it to be too big. So it kind of looks like I'm writing as a kindergartner. So I will definitely have to get used to that more. I am going to go ahead and try doing a little bit of blending. So I've never done this before, but I have seen some YouTube videos. So this is a first attempt. If it doesn't go well, it will be on YouTube for the whole world to see. That's okay. I think it's fun to show our success, but then also our failures too. I'm definitely not perfect, and I mess up a lot. So one thing they said in the tutorial that I watched was to try and make sure that you don't just do like a straight line at the top that's kind of different. I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is. So it's not a harsh line, and then you just kind of go in and blend a little. Oh, cool, it's working. Woo! So this is just the colorless blender that came with the set. I think that the blenders come in all of the sets. So if you buy a bunch of these sets, instead of like buying all of them at a time or even individually, you will get multiple of these colorless blenders, which I don't know that you would actually need more than one, but I guess you could gift them if you have several, or I'm assuming that they probably, you know, won't last forever, so you can just kind of keep them handy until the ones that you have kind of run out. I don't know what they would run out of, I guess. I don't really know how this works. I do think that they are self-cleaning though, so I think I should be able to clean it on the paper here after we're done. I really like the way this is turning out. I think it's really pretty. Definitely not doing it perfectly, but like I said before, this is my first attempt, so the more that I do it, I will get more familiar with the technique. So that's really fun. I'm gonna go ahead and try and clean it off here so that it's not blue for the next time. Okay, the tip is still a little bit blue, but it's not actually showing blue on the paper, so I think that that would be considered clean. Oh, it also does have this side. I've never really thought about that. Okay, so cool. All right, so this first one is 725. So I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of do a little thing like that, and then maybe with the bullet tip write out the color name. interesting to me that these are called red, because they definitely seem more pinky to me. I mean, they're not as red as this one here, obviously. So just interesting to note that those actually, the names are red and not pink. These write really smoothly on my Hobonichi paper. This is the Tombow River paper. And it is very, very smooth, so it will not dull your markers in any way. It's probably some of the smoothest paper that I've ever used. Alright, so there we have our Tombow Galaxy Palette swatch page ready to go in my 2019 Hobonichi. So overall, I would say that I really like these markers. They are on the bigger side, like I mentioned before, so they won't be something that I will be grabbing all the time, as I do like to use smaller markers in a lot of my projects. But they definitely have the best color selection. I think they have over 100 color options now with the new colors that came out. So definitely a go-to and a favorite marker for a lot of people and a lot of different hobbies, not just hand lettering. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.